After Master Distiller Season 3 ends, the all-new series MOONSHINERS. Master Distiller Tournament of Champions begins Wednesday, April 27 at 9 p.m. ET/PT on Discovery and Discovery Plus. The competition features the top distillers going up against each other in a 4-episode grand elimination tournament. The top legal and outlaw champions in the history of Master Distiller, Richard, Amanda, Tata, and Mina, compete against still hand champions Howard and Daniel. Judges Mark, Digger, and Tim will return, along with special guest judges Josh Owens, Henry Law, Mark Rogers, Danielle Parton, and Popcorn Sutton's spouse, Pam Sutton. With so many talented competitors and incredible judges, you won't want to miss it. Be sure to stay tuned in Wednesday nights through April and May on Discovery. MOONSHINERS. Master Distiller Tournament of Champions in the misty hollows and sun-dappled forests of Appalachia, where the air hums with the secrets of generations, a new chapter in the storied tradition of moonshining unfolds. MOONSHINERS. Master Distiller Tournament of Champions is a high-stakes, 4-episode showdown that brings together the finest distillers from both legal and outlaw backgrounds. Airing on Discovery and streaming on Discovery Plus, this series is a celebration of craftsmanship, heritage, and the unyielding spirit of competition. The contestants, Masters of the Still Tournament, assembles 6 of the most accomplished distillers in the history of the Master Distiller Richard, a seasoned veteran known for his innovative techniques and deep respect for tradition. Amanda, a trailblazer who blends modern methods with ancestral recipes, bringing a fresh perspective to the craft. Tata, a charismatic figure whose bold flavors and daring approaches have earned him a dedicated following. Mina, a meticulous artisan whose attention to detail ensures every batch is a masterpiece. Howard, a master of the outlaw tradition, known for his resourcefulness and resilience. Daniel, a rising star in the legal distilling world, combining scientific precision with a passion for the craft. Together, they embark on a journey to prove their mettle and claim the title of Ultimate Master Distiller. The judges, guardians of the crafty panel of judges, is a formidable assembly of experts, each bringing their unique perspective to the competition. Mark, Digger, and Tim. The stalwarts of the MOONSHINERS series, whose decades of experience in the field provide invaluable insights. Josh Owens, a guest judge renowned for his expertise in cherry bounce, adding a specialized touch to the tasting challenges. Henry Law, a distinguished figure in the distilling community, known for his discerning palate and commitment to excellence. Danielle Parton, a respected critic with a keen eye for quality and authenticity. Pam Sutton, the widow of the legendary Popcorn Sutton, bringing a personal connection to the heritage of moonshining. Their role is to assess each creation with a critical eye, ensuring that only the most exceptional spirits advance. The challenges, testing skill and ingenuity. Each episode of the tournament presents a unique challenge designed to test the distiller's versatility and creativity. Corn-based mash challenge. Competitors must craft a corn mash and build a still within 3 days, using ingredients like Richard's Manglia tea leaves and Amanda's Cherokee White Eagle corn. Hiding liquor from Mark Rogers. In this twist, contestants must conceal mason jars of shine from Mark Rogers, a judge known for his keen investigative skills. Cherry Bounce Challenge. Distillers are tasked with creating cherry bounce using non-fresh cherries, accompanied by a dish that complements their concoction. Apple Moonshine Challenge. The final showdown involves crafting the perfect apple pie moonshine, followed by a blind tasting and a face-off with the judges in an apple brandy challenge. These challenges push the contestants to their limits, requiring not only technical skill, but also innovation and adaptability. The final, a tight race to the top-pin, the climactic conclusion of the tournament. Richard faces off against Tim, one of the esteemed judges, in a high-stakes showdown. The competition is fierce, with both contenders showcasing their finest work. The final decision is a close call, highlighting the exceptional talent of both participants. The series concludes with a celebration of the rich history and enduring legacy of moonshining, honoring the dedication and passion of all the contestants. Legacy and impact to Moonshiners. Master Distiller Tournament of Champions is more than just a competition. It is a tribute to the art of distilling and the culture that surrounds it. By bringing together a diverse group of distillers and judges, the series fosters a deeper appreciation for the craft and its traditions. It also serves as a platform for the next generation of distillers to showcase their skills and gain recognition in a field rich with history. Continues to captivate audiences. It stands as a testament to the enduring allure of moonshining and the unbreakable bond between the land, its people, and their spirits. For those interested in experiencing the tournament firsthand, episodes are available for streaming on Discovery. Moonshiners, Master Distiller, Tournament of Champions. The fog settled heavy over the Appalachian hills that morning, thick like the mash inside a copper still. Somewhere deep in that wilderness, 6 distillers stepped onto sacred ground, not a hollow known only to outlaws, but the hallowed set of the Master Distiller stage, now transformed for the most intense showdown in moonshine history. This was no ordinary competition. This was the Tournament of Champions. 6 titans of the still. 6 masters of corn, yeast, sugar, and spirit. They didn't just come to win. They came to etch their names into the legacy of American distilling. Episode 1. Back to the core. The first challenge was a return to the roots. Corn liquor, the lifeblood of Appalachian moonshining. But this wasn't about dumping grain into a barrel and hoping for the best. The judges, Mark, Digger, and Tim, stood before the contestants like Appalachian gods of grain and fire. Richard, the Louisiana legend, brought Manglia tea leaves for his mash. "Let's add a little Cajun twist to this here holler," he said with a grin. Amanda, Cherokee, proud and fearless, pulled out white eagle corn, a sacred grain passed down from her ancestors. They had 3 days to build their own stills and run a proper corn whiskey that could stand up to the taste buds of the toughest judges in the business. With a blowtorch in one hand and a thumper keg in the other, Tater from Tennessee cobbled together a rig that looked more like a rocket engine than a still. The stills hissed, hopped, and steamed. Yeast bubbled. Fires crackled under copper pots. On the final day, Mark took a sip from Richard's jar, smacked his lips, and said, "That's dangerous in the best way." Amanda, whose liquor carried the quiet strength of her heritage, made it through by the narrowest of margins. By the time the smoke cleared, Mina and Howard were sent packing. The final 4 stood tall, knowing that the real test was just beginning. Episode 2. The outlaw twist. You ever try hiding shine from a man who spent 30 years finding it? Digger asked, leaning against a barrel. Enter Mark Rogers, Appalachia's own bloodhound for hidden booze. The challenge? Distill your best shine and hide 3 jars from Mark somewhere on the property. If he finds your stash, you lose points. If he doesn't, you might just pull ahead. Daniel, the youngest in the group and a trained chemist turned legal distiller, thought it'd be smart to use logic, burying his jars 6 feet under in a PVC pipe. Tater, true to form, played a different game. He disguised 1 jar in a fuel can, 1 in a hollow log, and carried the 3rd on his person in a flask strapped under his boot. Amanda went with instinct. nestled her jars in the roots of a tree marked by her grandfather when he ran shine in the 1960s. Mark Rogers sniffed the air, walked the hills, checked footprints, bent branches, and disturbed leaf piles. He found 2 of Daniel's jars in minutes. Amanda's? Not a trace. Tater's? He might have gotten away with all 3 if his boot hadn't clinked when he sat down. Amanda won the round, and the respect of every judge on the panel. Episode 3. Cherry Bounce, shout down now, we're gettin' into the fancy stuff, Tim announced as he dropped a bag of dried cherries on the table. Y'all are gonna make cherry bounce, but not with fresh cherries. You'll need to dig deep for this one. Cherry Bounce, a Southern favorite dating back to George Washington's time, was a blend of moonshine, cherry, sugar, and spice. But with no fresh fruit, the contestants had to draw out flavor using dried and preserved ingredients and pair it with a complimentary food dish. Richard brought out a crawfish etouffee recipe to pair with his cherry liquor. Tater whipped up smoked pork belly with a cherry glaze, and Amanda, always with her roots in mind, made fried bread with a cherry compote. Danielle Parton joined the judges for this round, and the verdict came fast. "This ain't cherry Kool-Aid," she said after sipping Tater's mix. "But it's damn close." Amanda once again wowed the judges, not just with flavor, but with story. Her cherry bounce had notes of cinnamon, star anise, and a depth no one expected. Daniel's technical prowess helped him survive another round, but barely. The field was down to 3. Episode 4. Apple Brandy, and the final throw down the funnel, wasn't just about flavor. It was about legacy. "This ain't just liquor. This is your story," Diva said. "You've got to put your whole life into this batch." The final challenge: craft the best apple brandy or apple pie moonshine the judges had ever tasted. Apple brandy was Popcorn Sutton's favorite. Pam Sutton, his widow, joined the judging panel for the